Hello, witches! How are you all doing? As you can see, we have the whole crew with us, and the ghosts are infecting my lights. Um, Welcome to episode 7 of Grimrose Academy. I was going to say witches and spellcraft. But before we get into all of the goodness, we need to do some intro stuff to get it out of the way, and then we'll get to the good stuff, which, you know, is clearly the hexagram from the Wicked Witch. But of course, we would like to first and foremost thank our sponsor today. Thank you, Roll20, for sponsoring us. If you see all of our pretty sparkly dice rolls and whatnot, that is all done through the one and only Roll20. So we super duper appreciate all of that. And of course, beyond that, we do want to give a shout out to Hero Sheep, who is our supporter today. Thank you, Hero Sheep, for supporting us, because we get to do more cool things like this due to that. And of course, if you want to become a supporter, you can head on over to our Patreon, patreon.com/rowforit, where you can support us and you get all kinds of cool rewards, like playing in a private legend tier game where you can possibly affect games or just play cool stuff with people in our community. It's pretty fun. And of course, there's also a ton of things like the character sheets for Grimrose Academy characters and things of that sort. So if that interests you, definitely head on over there and support us. And of course, you can head on over to our Twitch, twitch.tv/rollforit, which you're watching live right now. You can hit that sub button and get access to our VODs in advance, as well as some Uber emotes. And beyond that, you can become a YouTube member where you get access to some of those emotes as well. And whether you're a YouTube member, Twitch subscriber, or a Patreon supporter, you can get access to our private Discord where you can chat with our cast, with our DM, ask questions, tell us your thoughts, things of that sort. And of course, we know not everybody can support us in a monetary way, so non-monetary ways to support us, there's so many of them, like watching us live right here on Twitch, making clips, which you can only do when we're live. Weird, but that's how it works. You can also watch us over on YouTube, subscribe, like, comment over there, as well as follow us on Twitter, Facebook, like, share, retweet, and comment, all of those things. Those are ways that the algorithm can find and tell people more about the stories that we tell, which, you know, we want to be able to tell more stories as we move on in the future. And of course, with that, we will get things started. Are you guys ready?
So
You
ready.
You're ready.
So ready. So ready that I was so still just waiting for the moment that Star thought I was frozen.
I was like, oh no.
Well, of course, we need to play a little music, maybe, you know, some little witchy music. And we'll start things off. Good morning, witches of Grimrose Academy. You all heard that explosion, right? First the Grimrose shows up, and our precious weeping elder elm loses its sparkle, and now the Grim Tower is falling apart? Coincidence? I think not. V, what are you up to, and are your new friends in on it? Hopefully V and Allegory learn a lesson or two in their detention. In more happy news, word has it that the spooky friends, Coven, are training for the Enchanted Circle Arena. Rowan and Goal's familiars are in line to win, and there's a mirror image of Ray, a little raccoon eagle looking creature, and Hugs, an octopus dragonfly looking creature. Anyone think their familiar can take them on? Oh, and send me cute mirror images of them, because we could all use a pick-me-up, right? I suppose we'll see how it all turns out in the fall when the Enchanted Circle Arena opens up. Hexo, hexo, Wicked Witch. And we kind of pan out to zoom out and see the school, which is a little different today. The spire that is the tallest of spires, which is the Grim Tower, has chunks of stone that have come off of it. In fact, one of you heard a story that one of the students almost got hit by it. But fortunately, there are a bunch of guards that have now formed at the bottom of the tower. These are mostly shadow seekers, but you've also now seen that the Order of the Flame have arrived. They were probably one of the last to show up in comparison to the others. And maybe some of you are starting to think something serious is going down. The tower itself, the roots along the tower that were like kind of almost looked like they were holding the tower together, have now darkened, and they're almost like a black color. And for those of you who maybe know about a secret entrance to the school, that root itself as well is now starting to darken, and you can see outside probably Allegory's father kind of really trying to mend to the tree, but it doesn't seem like any of their efforts are changing what's going on. There are also more Fae that have shown up in regards to the Archive of Reverie, and you see them kind of coming in and out in groups. Like once one group has ended their session, another one is immediately filling it. Whereas before, they did have some downtime in between. Now, it looks like they're just trying to have constant feeding to the tree, whatever is happening. Y'all are clever enough. You probably can put something together, as you were probably the reason why it's not doing what it's supposed to be doing anymore. And with that, we are going to pan to a scene actually outside. There is a large stable that is outside that has rhinocorns in it. These are like they have like rhino heads with unicorn bodies and like a big unicorn horn. There we go. Horn. Yeah, and the horn on it kind of sparkles a little bit. Same with like its mane on its tail, or its tail for or hair. There we go. I can't talk today. And the skin on the rhino itself is also like more almost pearlescent. But there's a stable with quite a few of these, probably 20 of them. And nearby the stable is what looks like a broom shed. And as we pan into the room, there are brooms in there. These are all magical brooms that are used for training sessions for a lot of the sports stuff that they do and things of that sort. So many of you have probably ridden one of these before. But we see Allegory and Violet inside of this shed, getting themselves not a broom, but instead a scoop device in order to clean up the rhino corn poop, because they are in detention doing some work to rethink about what they did staying out past curfew. And we'll kind of leave on a scene with the two of you kind of grabbing your scoopers, headed to the stable. You guys can walk and talk as you're doing it, but describe it as you're going.
I think you go ahead.
This just feels like home for me.
You like nature stuff. I do too, but I don't know that I want to do this. And you see Violet reach over and like grabbing the poop scooper, but just like picking it up with 2 fingers. Does it smell?
Oh, yeah, it's very smelly. But it just smells like fresh soil in the garden after a while.
Okay.
Think of it as an opportunity to, learn more about the animal, and it doesn't feel as bad.
I guess that's true. Is this not punishment to you at all?
Oh, I never said I like doing this. It just feels like home.
Okay, and I'm gonna head to the stable if we're not already there. And how much poop is there?
There's a lot, and it smells stinky. It's almost like an Allegory. You probably know this, that normally it doesn't smell this bad. It's almost like someone purposely made the poop smell really rancid.
Now I see why it's punishment.
It's pungent.
That's
And
not normal.
I'm just gonna try to start scooping up the poop.
Yeah, let's see how you scoop up the
too.
poop. Let's do a roll for this. I want to see how you scoop the poop. Roll to scoop poop.
Roll to scoop poop. All right.
What are your positives of your physical attributes?
I think she has
discerning eyes.
negatives. She's really like pretty.
I do like animals.
You do like animals. Yeah, that's true.
Don't know that I love picking up their poop, but does that give me a plus that like maybe I'm more willing to do it because it's an animal?
Sure.
You know, it's a cute animal.
Do you think your slender build is more like not muscular? Because you can be slender and still have muscle, or do you think this would give you a negative?
Probably a negative, probably not very strong.
Okay. So that negates your animal love.
Mm-hmm. A little scrappy, so maybe just kind of feeling like, hey, I can get through this.
I don't know if scrappy applies here. What do you guys think? I feel like it doesn't apply to cleaning up.
I feel like scrappy's more like ingenuity and than it is. Yeah, I don't, unless you're doing something like really unique that's unheard of. I don't know if scrappy fits.
I feel like you've gotten a lot of use out of scrappy though.
Yeah. I'm fine just rolling a flat 2d8 to see how I do with this poop scooping.
Actually,
All right, let's see how it goes. Oh, go ahead. What?
You hate rules, and this is kind of because you broke the rules.
I like that. It's a negative
Well
one.
played. Well played.
I do think that works. That.
All right. That would be just a 1d8, right?
No, it's just a -1. So you roll your 2d8 minus
okay.
1.
Plus, okay. This will be fine.
Partial success.
Wow.
Oh my, you are seriously so lucky. How are you rolling a -1?
I don't know.
What the heck?
All right.
Allegory looks at you impressively.
Let's see
Like
how
he's
your roll
impressed.
goes, and then we'll describe it as a whole.
All right. My favorite place in my house is the barn because it's where all the animals are kept.
You get a +2 for that.
I am Brobdingnagian, so I'm quite large in the sense. So dealing with like a large amount of poop shouldn't be that big of a deal to me.
Yeah, maybe it's less about you being big and more about like you can use your muscle a little bit more to.
Yeah. Wilderness. I like wilderness, which involves animals and everything.
I don't think
that they
wilderness
do.
applies here because you're in a barn with
Okay.
domesticated rhinocorns.
That's fair. I would argue shielding because I want to work harder to shield Violet from this type of work. Because
like you're
I'm
trying
the
to scoop up
reason-
more poop than her so that she doesn't have to do it.
Correct, especially since I feel at fault for getting her into detention.
I'll allow it.
So what is that, 3 so far?
Yeah. Thinking of what might give you negatives here, but I think not really.
Do I get anything for being the nurturing rose? I know I'm not casting a spell, but it's literally about animals and
You know
plants.
what? I will allow that. That makes sense. This is a very nurturing rose thing to do. It's not magic related, but I feel like innately that makes sense.
And also because Violet succeeded. I admire Violet because she is highly capable.
You know what? I will allow it.
I got right into that
7.
poop. I mean.
Is that a +7?
Yep.
Holy.
All right.
Still an opportunity to fail here, but no.
Nope.
Critical success. All right. Allegory, you get to describe how this looks from your perspective, and then also you get to change or give Violet a different attribute. And then I will describe how this goes for Violet, which is a partial success. So you do scoop some poop, but something else is going to happen.
Okay.
All right. So I'm describing my critical success.
Correct.
Right. So, Violet, what you see is Allegory gets like the biggest shovel out of the garage, obviously matching him, and he just goes at it, and it's moving it quickly, and it's almost like he's working twice as fast as you've ever seen Allegory move. I mean, he's just getting it done as quickly as possible and doing so oftentimes kind of scooping into where you're trying to work to kind of make it so you don't have to do as much.
Yeah, I feel like I noticed that you are a machine essentially going through this and just I don't say anything because I'm like, I gotta keep up and probably try to scoop a little bit faster. But I'd be very grateful that Allegory is taking care of the bulk of this poop.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you look excitedly at him because you're like, okay, phew, maybe I don't have to do as much. But
I want to give Violet the personality trait tenacious.
ooh, are you okay with that?
Ooh. I am. I'm excited to have Violet blossom, if you will.
Yeah.
And I
Well,
think
whilst you're blossoming, you scoop a bunch of poop and it does get in the scooper, but you trip a little and now there's some poop on your boot. A boot with poop on it.
I start scraping it on the ground.
And as you're scraping it on the ground, you hear the footsteps of someone else behind you. Allegory, you can see this person because you're like looking at Violet. They look like they have shoulder-length raven hair. They have piercing, pale, crystal blue eyes. And they're very athletic and dexterously built. They're holding a scooper as well.
What did you do?
One second.
I think Violet knows. Sorry about that. It was meant to be a prank, just a joke, but you kind of made it worse.
That was
Sorry.
you?
Yeah,
In the
I'm
tower?
Rowan.
He offers his hand to you.
I tentatively reach out and shake it, but in a way of like, you can see the displeasure on my face, which I quickly try to turn into like a slight smile, but it's just a smirk, kind of.
Yeah, he shakes your hand, but realizing quickly that you don't look very happy.
Seriously, we'd like to really apologize. I'm super sorry. And we really didn't mean any harm by it.
Where are the others if it was more than one of you?
I told the dean that I did it all on my own.
Oh.
That's admirable, at least.
But really, truly, the spooky friends, we didn't mean any harm. We just like spooky tricks, and we thought it'd be fun. And plus, the Wicked Witch messaged us. Like, how cool is that?
I'm just looking at them with like a the poop I can smell, and just like the faces contorting and just not. I don't know what to say to you. It was really not fun for me.
Sorry. Did you get our fruit basket? Well, I know you did actually, but we
How
really,
did you know piangos are my favorite fruit?
well, one of my friends, Gol, he kind of knows these things. He has the spell that can make anybody's favorite fruit, and he just kind of made it, and we found out what your favorite fruit is.
Well, at least you sent a basket after. Why didn't?
And we wrote the letter. I wrote the letter, and then, well, we all wrote the letter together, and we really thought it would just be a fun prank. We didn't think you were gonna. It tastes good if you didn't light it on fire.
Well,
What
I look
about-
over at Allegory.
What lit on fire?
Did Zahir not tell you?
Confetti, the cave confetti? They're like these big balloon fruits that explode in delicious.
Oh,
Fruit.
cave pinatas.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what those are.
They're super
Yeah.
tasty.
I lit them on fire, Allegory. I didn't know what it was, and I got scared, and I'm really not happy. It was not a positive experience for anyone involved.
Really sorry. We really didn't mean that. And sorry.
Well, thank you for apologizing. Sorry if I got you in trouble.
It's okay. We kind of got ourselves in trouble by doing it to begin with, I guess. But pranks can kind of be fun sometimes. I like to prank my roommate sometimes.
Pranks aren't fun for anybody except for the person that pranks the person.
I agree.
I don't know. The spooky friends, we prank each other all the time, but really mostly just fun things, like, putting sparkle rocks in someone's shoes so when they put their foot in it, their foot sparkles for a day.
You pretended to be ghosts, and then you made things explode from the ceiling. That seems like a step up from sparkle shoes.
Well, we added confetti to it.
I didn't know there was confetti in it.
It's probably why it lit on fire faster. Sorry.
It really took a light.
Yeah. We're really sorry. We really, really didn't mean it to do anything. It wasn't supposed to harm anybody. It was just silly ghost illusions and cave confetti with confetti.
Yeah, I know how you can make it up to Violet.
How?
Scoop up that pile.
Fair.
And he kind of goes over and takes his scooper and scoops up the poop.
I'd look over at Allegory and smile really big at him. And I'd probably just look around and shake my head because that was such a negative experience for Violet, and it brought up something she didn't want to have to deal with again. So,
Hey, Violet.
yeah.
If we do the scoop fast enough, I bet we can pet the rhinocorns.
What? No, you think?
I mean, we're here for detention, but if we get it done early, I don't think they'd come and get us early.
Oh, I want to do that. I've never gotten to pet one before.
Are you guys talking loud enough that Rowan would be able to hear you?
Allegory can't talk quietly.
Yeah, I probably am not trying to hide it.
Look, I owe you. I'll clean up your side of the poop. Just don't tell the dean. And go ahead and pet the rhinocorns. They're pretty cool.
That's
Again,
nice.
super sorry.
Thank you for apologizing, Rowan. I know that's not easy.
And he kind of just
And I-
makes like a one-sided cute smirk and goes, and he has very pretty eyes, and kind of flutters his eyes at you and goes back to scoop and poop for you.
Yeah, I'm gonna look at Allegory and be like, let's go pet the rhinocorns.
Okay.
Two of you go and pet the rhinocorns. The smell of poop still on Violet's foot, but at least the distraction of petting the rhinocorns is there. And we are going to pan over to Allegory and Zahir's room, actually, where Zahir, you were returning from the wedding that you were just at with your cousin. And you have maybe whatever belongings you took with you or whatever that might be in like a suitcase that's kind of like floating next to you. And I don't know where you put the suitcase or if you quickly put things away or you just leave the suitcase to the side.
I immediately start putting things away. Mostly, first I just like try to push the suitcase. I've had bad experience with floating things, especially persistent chairs. So I'm trying to push the suitcase down, realizing it won't go down. Just flip it open and quickly just put everything away until the suitcase stops moving.
Yeah. The suitcase hovers there open. You quickly put everything away and then it snaps shut and then kind of sits down on the ground and you can manually move it wherever you want.
I just shove it under the bed.
Shoves it under the bed. And as you're shoving it under the bed, you can see on your bed, like on your pillow, it looks like there's some kind of letter.
Does it say who it's from on the top?
It doesn't, but you kind of recognize it because it has the similar look of all of Bellspree's letters.
I immediately like shrug off my shirt, crack it open, and just like put my feet up on the bed and go read through it.
And I DM'd you the letter.
I see.
Obviously, if you want to read it out loud for us, but noting that no one else, you haven't heard about this letter, so keep it to your minds.
Here's here. I am definitely not your liege. Friend is the way to go. Shadow's been very supportive and fun. They make me think about a world from a new perspective, and talking things out with them has been very helpful. What is happening with your Fireheart friend? And then at that point, Zahir kind of looks up and says, I wish I knew what the hell happened to that thing. Also, yes, big news. Your familiar is called the Weeping Heart. I have a familiar. All right. And I've been told it's what allows the Elder Realm to protect the school and all of the students in Grimrose Academy. Oh, dear. I've got my council to research where we can hopefully find another one. Otherwise, the Elder Realm will die. I don't want you to have to give up your familiar, so we'll find another solution. Thank you so much for the comb and the fabulous box it was held in. It works both on my curly hair and in shadow smoke. The warmth draws them to it nicely. One small thing. At my birthday, we empowered a spell, and I thought it would be like the Empress entrance, but I'm actually worried we empowered a different spell back at the Shadow Seeker Spire. Unclear, but I hope we can find out when we do our ritual to add Violet to the Coven. I guess it's not a small thing, and more of a big thing. Ah, love Bellspree. P.S. Affairs of the heart are things that require a leap of faith and a courageous spirit. I want you to be happy. I don't think anything could be ruined by speaking your truth. You have a lovely heart, and anyone would be lucky to have you share it with them. I fold the letter and just tuck it under my bed.
As you tuck it under your bed, you feel like a sense of something come over you. And you now are going to change one of your likes to liking moping. And one of your personality traits to what's it? Missed the thing. Downer.
Yay. I'm gonna change inquisitive to downer because that makes sense. I'm more like introspective than I used to be. And I'm gonna change my archaeology like to moping because when you're moping, you don't got time for anything else.
I like the description of why. Cool. And with that, we are going to pan over to a scene with Violet and Persephone. You're both in your rooms right now. And Persephone, what's weighing on your mind is that you do need to invite Violet to your coven, or that is what your group has decided that you're going to do. And the new moon is coming soon, and that is the only time you can really do the ritual. Everyone has kind of discussed it, but you're still kind of thinking on that all.
And also, Violet is probably still smelly.
Yeah. Violet has returned from her room, or returned to the room as you're contemplating this maybe you're sitting on your bed. I don't know. What would she be doing before Violet comes into the room?
Probably having a conversation with Dahlia.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, we can start with that.
I don't know, Dahlia. It's just change is scary, and I know that everybody else is really excited to have Violet be a part of the Coven, but I don't know. I don't know how it'll change things, and that worries me.
But sometimes change can be good.
Yeah,
Like,
it can be.
we weren't together, and now we are. And that's good, right?
Yeah. No, of course it's great. I just, I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with me. I feel like I'm being a jerk, and she gave such a thoughtful gift at Bellspree's birthday, and
That was so cool.
I guess
Do you want to
it's
use it
worth.
now?
Well, I mean, I have it sitting out. Always.
As you look over to it, you can see that the smoke is swirling into a dark black shade of your favorite color.
Well, if it works, it's awful nice reminder right now, and I'm sure it works. I guess I have to give her another chance.
What could go wrong?
You want the long list or the short list? You know
Well,
me.
What are you most worried about?
I don't have a lot of really good close friends, and I don't want to lose that because maybe they like her better than they like me.
But why would anyone like anyone more than you? You're like the coolest.
Hardly.
I think you are. Pretty cool. To me.
I appreciate that, and I'm gonna do my best.
Someone's coming.
And you can hear the footsteps of Violet, who looks like they're kind of like scraping their foot a little on the pavement as they're coming in. But as soon as Violet comes into the room, the smell of something not pleasant, a tinge of it, is in the air.
Oh, that is unique. What is that smell?
Well, I had detention and we had to clean up rhinocorn poop and I got some on my shoe. So I'm probably dragging it around the room.
Maybe no. Maybe
Okay.
take the shoe off.
All right. I'm going to start taking the boot off and going in my dirty laundry and quickly trying to remedy this and wrapping the boot up in my dirty laundry. And
Yeah, you
shoving it
totally
into
wrap
my
it in
laundry
there.
bin.
Oh, that is. Did my mom make you do that?
I'm thinking she did. She's in charge of detention, right?
She's in charge of a lot of things.
Yeah, Allegory and I scooped poop, and then we got to meet someone named Rowan. I don't know if you know them, but they're the ones who played prank on myself, and so I guess that mystery solved.
Justice, I guess.
Yeah, they apologized a lot, so I guess they cleaned up most of the poop for Allegory and I.
Yeah.
So
How's Allegory doing?
I think good. We got to pet the rhinocorns, and that was fun.
That sounds cool. I mean, that part sounds fun, but yeah, the other part less so.
Yeah, I don't recommend the poop scooping. It was unpleasant. How are you doing?
I'm okay. I'm fine. I just look. I know we haven't really seen eye to eye or gotten along in this time, and got off on the wrong foot. So you maybe want to try again?
I would really like to do that.
It's really important to me that anybody in the Coven is somebody that I can trust, and the Coven means the world to me. I need you to know that.
I'm honored that you all would even ask, and I know that I haven't been the most open since I've been here, but I'm trying. I'm not really good at this stuff.
Yeah, I know the feeling. Open is not necessarily my game. So,
You know when you try to do everything right, but then when you do it and you think you're doing the right thing, it just still blows up in your face.
like all the time.
That's what I feel like I've been doing since I got here. I just feel like I'm trying to do everything right and just nothing is working. It's like I'm trying to stick two puzzle pieces together and they just won't click.
Yeah. No, I get that. I really do. Just be prepared. Our initiation can be a little intense.
How so? Do we have to like put some of our hair in the cauldron or something?
I mean, that's up to you.
Oh, so we
If-
do put something in a cauldron.
Yeah, but it's got to be something special to you. I suppose if that's your hair, then that's cool, but I doubt it's going to be that.
Hey, are you all gonna actually ask me to be a part of your coven?
I think that kind of already happened.
I never like to celebrate anything until I know for sure. But I'm very grateful that you would even consider me to be a part of it.
I'm pretty sure that my buy-in is the last one that everybody needs, and everybody seems to adore you, so I trust them.
Well, maybe someday you will also grow to like me.
Let's start again, okay? And Persephone's going to put out extend a hand out to Violet.
And much differently than how she shook hands with Rowan, she like excitedly sticks her hand out and shakes it and then like
Dahlia
cups
puts
the
their
other
paw
side.
on top of the two of your hands.
Yay, friendship!
I'll be more myself with you.
I'll try to do the same. Just be patient with me if you can.
And probably the same for me. I'm a work in progress. I'm a little broken, I think.
You'll find patience isn't really my strong suit, but I'll do my best.
I'm just grateful that you'll even try, so
Yeah, well. What can I say?
well, I don't know. Do you like coffee?
Yeah?
Would you like to get a cup of coffee with me?
I don't see why not. Plus, if we're going to be doing this ritual, we're going to be up late, so a cup of coffee is not the worst idea in the world.
And I'm going to get extra caffeine.
Can I come too?
Of course you can come, Dahlia.
What's coffee taste like?
Hard to describe. Sort of like delicious, but also burning.
Delicious burning. Sounds fun.
Yeah, it's hard to describe.
I can't wait to try it.
And
Um,
I feel like the three of you head off to get some coffee. And we pan to later that evening with the new moon coming into view and a similar clearing that we've seen before. In fact, the clearing we saw last episode, the Seeker's Clearing, which is in the Whispering Willow Wilds. The path along the way to this clearing filled with these big trees, willowy, that kind of sparkle in the darkness, and the ground itself bioluminescent, kind of shimmering with different lights and colors, and the plants almost vibrating in their own way. And tonight, they all have a different look to them because the new moon is coming. And with that, the wilds kind of take on their own look. And we see in the center of the clearing a stone cauldron. Etched on it are two crescent moons on each side of a full moon. And we see around it Bellsprie, Allegory, Persephone, and Zahir. And I'll let you guys take it away.
For doing this.
I'm really excited. And you see Bellesprie sort of like putting the final touches on the cauldron's mixture before we do any of the actual ritual, just preparing it. Dashes of random sort of like bits of nature and liquids of all sorts.
I brought the cauldron, so I would hope we'd be doing it.
That was a lot of work for you.
Well, it is big.
Yeah, I couldn't carry it. Thank you, Allegory.
Zahir's underneath the cauldron, just slowly sparking that small fire into a bigger one so it can start heating up. And he adds a dash of Via Bloom, and suddenly the air is filled with this smoky, sort of soft floral scent as the fire turns into a golden hue.
It's pretty nice that you could get the dean to let us out. Bellspring.
Yeah, I feel like if we snuck out again, we'd be in even more trouble than last. Well, I never thanked you two for covering for me. Everything got so busy. Thanks.
Persephone,
Yeah?
are you okay with this happening?
Yeah. I would be lying if I didn't say I was a little anxious about it. You know, it's like inviting a new member to the family. That's takes some consideration, but I trust you all. I trust your judgment.
Well, they do say if you can count all of your best friends on one hand, that's pretty nice. We're still on one hand with 5.
That's true. I don't want you to feel pressure, though. I want to be clear, like, this is all of our decision. I know you're saying you trust us, but I love you, Sephi, and I don't want you to feel like you need to conform to the rest of us. This is a group decision, and everyone's voice matters.
I appreciate that. I really do.
Why don't we do this? What are the pros and the cons?
Look, it's fine. We should do the thing. Somebody should go get Violet.
Before we do, I kind of told this to Violet and Bellsbury. I don't know if I have a familiar. I mean, I tried the binding ritual. I did, but nothing happened. It went inside of me and then it just disappeared. I screwed up somehow. And now the whole school is falling apart. And
I don't know if you screwed up. What if it's just shy? I mean, you're kind of shy, so the two of you bonding, that kind of makes sense if it wanted to hide itself. Do you feel it in your heart?
I do, but it's just all I feel in my heart is just loss and worry and stress. I felt something else in my heart, contentment, when I did the ritual, like it was happy. But that happiness is gone. It's long gone. And all that's left is just... I think I felt it most when I was with my family during the wedding. The entire pack was there, and all their mates, and I was there alone. Just all alone. Spend most of it just hiding in my room.
But you're not alone.
You sure about that?
Do you
You've got
see us all
Dahlia.
standing here? We were all waiting for you to come home. We've all been worried about you.
Okay, pro of adding Violet to the Coven, she can make you one of those cool spheres, and then it'll show you every time people are thinking of you.
How was your birthday?
It was great. It was so good. I did miss you though, but you were here in spirit, and that's the thing. I felt it, you know, with the box and everything.
Dad taught me how to, well, before he passed, you know. He made all the bookshelves in our house. Anyway, Belle, why didn't you go get Violet? I mean, she's probably gonna not run into trouble with you beside her.
You got it. Be right back.
Oh, Belle, you could probably put sparkle rocks in her shoe.
What?
I hear that's an okay prank.
Okay, you got it. And I like skip away down the hill.
Yeah, you skip away down the hill. Do you bring Shadow with you?
Of course.
Yeah, you're skipping
I
along
think
the way with
As
Shadow.
we go, I mentioned to Shadow, that's so interesting about Zahir's familiar. You know, it's kind of like the two of us were similar because we didn't bond with, you know, a creature per se, but something different. I thought, I mean, we have such a strong connection. Why doesn't Zahir have that?
Maybe he's not as cool as you.
I don't think that's it. He's pretty cool.
Perhaps he needs more darkness, less flames.
Maybe he could change Roses. He could become a shadow seeker too.
Yes, everyone should be.
I mean, there's no arguing there. We are the best Rose. And I just keep skipping.
Yeah, I think the Batat, instead of flying, is like skipping, but like whenever it goes up, it like floats up and then it goes back down, and it's like skipping alongside you. And the two of you arrive at Persephone and Violet's room, your old room.
Wow, even the doorway looks different now.
It feels different.
Would I have access to sparkle rocks already?
You could cast a spell to summon some.
Ooh, okay. I don't have any summoning spells, but I could try.
Yeah.
Okay. So summon object, and it works for like mundane or like lightly magical objects, I would say.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm just writing this down. Does anyone see things on my sheet that would assist me?
Also, if you can
I'm
paste it with
suspicious.
the description in chat so that the chat has it.
Yes.
You just have to hit the little description button on the spell. There you go.
Do you see it?
Nice.
Okay, good.
I mean,
Sorry.
this is a little prank, and you're humorous and
Yeah.
daring.
For sure.
Yeah.
It's nighttime. I like the night sky, but I'm inside, so that wouldn't really work. I hate bullying though, so that kind of
I think it's a
would
negative
give me
in
a
this
negative for
situation, yeah.
sure.
But you are daring.
Mm-hmm.
I would
Mhm.
agree that brings you back up one.
Liking searching if you're pulling it from a different location as opposed to like creating it I feel
Yeah.
like searching to pull it to you is depending on how the spell's worded. I think that makes sense.
Yeah.
Feel like that might be it.
Shadow likes pranking.
I mean, sparkle rocks make me think of the stars.
I will agree that Shadow likes pranking, and that will give you a
Yeah.
bonus here.
Okay.
Shadow's with you.
So that's a +3.
Allegory, you admire Allegory, and he's the one who gave you that.
Gave me the idea.
I'll allow that.
Okay, +4.
It makes sense in this one circumstance.
Yeah, it's circumstantial.
13, a success. Describe to us what it looks like as you summon these sparkle rocks.
Okay, so I see my door. It's a bit different, so I back away, like I turn the corner, so hopefully nobody else can hear or see this. And Shadow's with me, and we like kneel down on the floor and like put our hands and paws together. We're going to try and summon sparkle rocks so we can pull a prank on Violet. This is going to be your job. You're going to be putting them in her shoes.
Love a good prank.
Yes.
And he puts his
So-
paws on your hands.
Focus all of your energy on the sparkle rocks.
Sparkle rocks.
And as we focus, Shadow's like essence sort of like billows out underneath my hands. And as I move them, the sparkle rocks are revealed.
So sparkly.
Like your first spell that you cast.
Yes.
You little witch. Good job.
And he twirls around in his little witch outfit that he's got on.
That outfit's doing wonders for you. Okay, here, you take them and try and find her shoes while I distract her with the news about the Coven.
Yes, I will find the shoes and put the sparkly rocks in them.
Perfect. And I head up back to the door, sneaking around the corner, and do a light tap on it.
I've been waiting, like kind of just like sitting there with my bag ready, like, oh my gosh, this is gonna happen. And so I jump up and like, coming, and try to make it seem like I wasn't ready for that. And then I go to the door and I swing it open. Hi.
How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm very splendid. There's a new moon tonight. Perfect time for a certain ritual that may or may not be taking place.
Yes. What kind of ritual?
Well, I'll let everyone describe it to you when we get there, but I will say it was a tough decision. And everyone decided that you're joining the Coven!
Violet starts like jumping up and down and hugs Bellspree if Bellspree
Whoa.
will allow it.
Sure.
Really? Is it actually happening?
Yep, we're going to be a team of 5 awesome witches together.
I won't let you all down.
I already knew it.
I know I need a few things, so I
Yes, bring something that is important. I guess I should describe it to you. So you have to bring something that you want to put into our cauldron that's of significant value to you, emotional value. You'll also need to share something about yourself, a hidden truth or a secret that hopefully not many people know. Something that will bond you to the rest of us. We'll be sharing things too.
Okay. Then I go over to my bag and quickly throw a couple things in it and just throw it over my shoulder. I guess lead the way.
Okay, and we'll probably have to hurry because it has to happen at midnight, which is pretty soon. Do you have your shoes?
Yeah, let me get my running shoes and I'm gonna go.
Before you get your shoes, I would like to you're gonna roll a 2d8 it's going to be a mundane roll, but it's going to be to see if you see what's happening whilst this conversation was happening, because you are very insightful. So I feel like you might be able to tell that Bellspree is telling you more about the ritual just to keep your attention.
Okay. So don't add anything to it. Just do a flat roll.
No. You're going to add your things that you think are going to give you help here. And I'm also already going to give you pluses because Bellspree is suspicious. You get an immediate plus because Bellspree's super sus and like, yeah.
All right. I'll say I have discerning eyes.
Yep.
I'm insightful. I don't know. Is that all? I mean, I don't know if I can use cunning or scrappy for this.
I don't think so, but I'm wondering if anxious would be like a helpful thing or a negative thing here.
I mean, as an anxious person already, I feel like I notice a lot more because I'm paying attention to a lot more. So if it manifests that way for Violet, it would probably be something we're paying attention to several different things at once.
Okay.
I would argue in this circumstance it would be negative because of you have more anxiety about the joining of the Coven, so you're distracted.
Ooh.
Yeah, it could be one of those like split things where I got too much on my head. So it could be a negative because there's too many things to think about at the moment.
It's up to you. We've kind of got votes for both sides of it, so I'll allow you to choose if it's a plus or a minus. In the heart of hearts of Violet, how is the anxiety being played here? Are you anxious about being part of the Coven? Are you more like on edge and suspicious?
No, not suspicious. I think she's just more excited that she gets to be a part of the Coven.
Like anxious,
officially.
excited. Then I would say you're a little distracted, and I think you're at a +2 then.
Okay. So discerning, insightful, cunning. So is it 3? Or not cunning, sorry. No, yeah, you're right. Never mind. Just ignore me. Okay. 2. I know how we got there. I got a success.
All right. 4. How are you so good? Like, I swear.
I don't know.
What? It's the Grimrose in you. You're just so lucky.
Did I get 2 6s? I got 2 6s.
Yeah.
You've been just like critting on these rolls, like ones that have only +2 to them or +1 or -1. How is that happening?
I want a failure. I want to see
I know.
what
I want to see a
happens.
failure too. Y'all be so lucky. All right. With that, describe to us how you see this. Basically, you can tell what's going on, and you already know from the scene before. So describe to us what happens.
I think I saw Shadow kind of just lurking about the room and probably sneak into my cabinet where I keep my shoes. And as I open it to grab my running shoes, I see Shadow literally putting the shadow or the sparkle rocks into my shoes.
Oops.
Wait, are those what I think they are?
You were supposed to distract her.
You took too long. I can't give everything about the ritual away before we get there.
You didn't warn me.
I didn't think yeah, that's on me, honestly. I'm
Is
not the
this-
best pranker.
Are these sparkle shoes?
Yeah, if you put your feet in them, your feet are going to glitter for an hour.
Who told you to do this?
Why do you think someone told me to do it?
Because it calls back to a very specific conversation I had today.
Oh, interesting. I don't know.
Well, honestly, I won't lie. The sparkle shoes sounded kind of fun. And so I'm going to grab the shoes and put them on.
Yay! Now your feet will be like the night sky.
See, this is a fun prank. I will admit that.
It would have been funner if you didn't know, but it's okay.
So I
It's
just
not
put
as
them on.
fun when it's not a prank.
Oh. I still get to have fancy feet, so I guess that's a good thing. It kind of worked. I mean, I caught you in the act, so. And I'm gonna put the shoes on and walk around the room to see what it looks like when the sparkles go off.
Yeah, I mean, you tell us what it. Actually, Bellsprit, you tell us what it looks like because you were successful with the spell.
Ooh, okay. It's basically like you leave a trail of glitter that dissipates as you continue walking, and the shoes themselves have a light silver, like moon mist glow.
Yeah, I'm down for like I want that in real life.
like a spooky little footprint that you leave
Yeah.
behind. Yeah, I love it.
You want this? This is so cool.
I don't have any more sparkle rocks.
Well, I would offer you some of mine, but I don't know if you want them.
Why?
Because my feet have been all over them?
Oh no, they get used up once you activate them.
Okay. So when will it wear off?
It only lasts an hour.
Well, then we better get going so I can show everybody.
Okay, let's go. It's back where I had my birthday. You know where we're going.
I'm just excitedly grabbing everything and just probably overpacking things I don't need, like extra coats, an extra cloak, and like just shoving things in my bag. And I'm hurrying after Bellsprit.
Was there any
Violet,
truth to what the Wicked Witch was saying the other day?
Which part? Because there's many parts to what the Wicked Witch says.
I mean, you liking somebody.
I don't know.
Somebody liking you.
Oh, I don't think anybody likes me.
But do you like someone? You
I
said
like-
you don't know. I feel like you know.
I think I'm just trying to not mess up a lot of things, so I don't really know how I feel about a lot of things. I don't want to get too excited about anything quite yet.
We don't need you to be perfect. We just want you to be yourself.
It's really hard to be myself.
Yeah. Welcome to high school.
But you all inspire me. You're all so uniquely you. And that's something that I'm just grateful to have around me.
Yeah. I think you are too.
Do you like someone?
I do.
Ooh.
Did you say who?
Yes.
Well, you're not telling me, so I won't tell you.
Well, if I tell you, would you tell me?
Maybe.
Can we shake on it?
Sure.
I'm
just saying maybe. Okay.
Shadow puts their paw in on top of the two of your hands.
I think I might like Zahir.
Ooh,
That's cool.
Spicy.
You can't
He
tell.
likes
You
her
cannot.
too.
What? Wait.
You don't know what he's saying. It only
Okay. Oh, I
Bellsprit
don't.
can hear
Okay.
that.
All right. Yeah. So I told you. Now you have to tell me yours.
I don't have to. I never said I would. I said maybe I would.
I was just joking.
No, you weren't.
Wasn't that I pranked you, and then I'm gonna start running.
You need to learn what the prank is. This isn't a prank.
I'm actually really good, and I'm just running.
Why is she running?
I don't know. I think she's afraid of her feelings.
She's running from her feelings. I don't think that's how it works.
Especially since she's running to Zahir right now, but oh well.
So, are we playing matchmaker then?
I think so. I mean, yeah. We've got 2 pairs. I don't even like anyone. I just said it to make her tell me.
Aww.
Except for you, of course, Shadow.
He purrs and nudges you. And we're gonna have a scene with the 3 of you before Violet arrives. Zahir, Allegory, Persephone, as you're standing around the cauldron, or maybe you're sitting. The stars are sparkling a bit as the moon is shining down upon you all. And the moon, you can almost see the reflection inside of the cauldron.
What do you think she's gonna put in the cauldron?
Maybe some of those straw bar pastries. That
Wait,
could be one of them.
Can that go in my mouth instead of the cauldron?
Well, maybe she made extras.
Something important, though. I don't know if pastries cut it.
You remember that
mean-
night with the bookworm?
Well, I wasn't.
Oh,
What?
yeah. Sorry. I say to Allegory. You remember that night with the bookworm?
She talked.
Yeah.
She like shared a memory, right? So here.
She did. It was about how she baked with her, family chef, and her parents kind of chastised her for it, but she was so proud of them because they were her
Oh.
favorite, and it was the first time she ever baked them because no one would teach her.
Well, that makes a little more sense now.
Yeah. Are we gonna do the same things as last time, or are we gonna think of something different?
I mean,
I feel like it needs to be something new, something
That's
that
what I
we're
thought.
sharing with her and with each other.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I have it right here.
what do you think she might add to the ritual?
I don't know. Allegory, are you you do you have feelings for anyone?
I have feelings for everyone.
No, I mean, if I told you someone liked you, as in, wanted to go into, I, um, I think Violet might have feelings for you. And then I look away and walk away.
What? I mean, I have friendship feelings for Violet.
Not other kinds of feelings.
What other kinds of feelings?
The kind where you want to ask someone out on a date. Tell them
Can
that you
I
like
take
them.
all of you out on a date?
That's sweet. Steffi, I think we need a little more light here. I'll get one of those candles.
As Zahir walks away to get a candle, is there any conversation between Persephone and Allegory?
What
Oh.
is? Uh-huh.
Oh, no, go ahead.
Oh. I was just gonna say, is Zahir acting different to you too?
Yes and no. He seems a little more down, but I think he's got a lot on his mind, which, a lot of us do. I know I have a lot on my mind.
What's on your mind?
Stuff the Wicked Witch said.
Is this about the Cephagri thing?
Yeah, it's ridiculous, right?
Cephagri sounds like a cool name.
I mean, it's not the worst, but I mean, and I like mutter to myself under my breath, just like, why can't I take my own advice? Yeah, I mean, it does sound like a cool name, but I mean, you don't feel that way, right? Like it would be weird, right?
What would be weird?
I don't know, me, you, us, people together, things, stuff. I should stop talking.
I enjoy your company.
Yeah, I enjoy yours too.
And I don't see what's wrong.
And Persephone just kind of chews on her lip and just sort of like nods at him like, I'm gonna see if Zahir needs some help with things. More light.
Okay.
As Allegory is left alone next to the cauldron, thinking about what Persephone has said to them, you are very caring, so I feel like there's an empathy part of that maybe you get what she was implying, but maybe not right in that moment. And Persephone kind of runs off to Zahir, but before she can get to Zahir, Zahir, you see Violet running towards you like full throttle and almost runs into you as you're holding these candles.
I dropped the candles to catch her.
I'm so sorry. I was just I was
Wow.
racing Bellspree.
Bellspree, why are you racing Bellspree?
Do you need help with that? I'm gonna go over and try to grab some of the candles from you.
You notice that Violet's carrying a lot of stuff, just like a lot, like an extra coat, a cloak, a bag full of stuff.
Are you going somewhere? Do you have a wedding? Did we pick a bad time?
No, I just wanted to make sure I had what I needed. I don't know how you prepare for these things.
You wear clothes, and you bring something special to you. That's it.
Okay, I think I checked both those boxes.
Yeah. Oh, plenty besides. I told Allegory you might have feelings for him.
And just as that's said, Bellspree, you catch up with Violet and Zahir, and Persephone, you catch up with Zahir, where you see Violet and you see Bellspree like coming right up there as well. It's almost like simultaneous. You all arrive.
Oh, well, that's something fun that you did.
I told both of you already, so I guess I can tell you. I like Allegory, but Allegory won't like me back. So I kind of made up an excuse and ran away, and that was not a responsible thing to do, and I am sorry. So just say that I heard it from Wicked Witch or something, because Allegory barely reads it anyway, and
Oh, but you like Allegory.
I start trying to make eyes at Zahir.
Persephone is also like laser focused on Zahir at this point.
I like a lot of people and a lot of things, and also I like soup. Okay, I'm gonna go. No, we have a ritual to go. I can't go anywhere. Oh dear.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, let's do this. I can play along with this. This is fine.
You don't have to play along. You just. Do you want to do this?
I don't know where else I'd go.
We've got a bad habit of getting into trouble. We also have a habit of having people talk about us, whether we like it or not. And I know you've already experienced some of that, but it's going to get worse. And also, there's a lot of eyes on us, not just from like kids and Wicked Witch, but our parents. Not my parents, but you know what I mean. It can be a lot of pressure, and we'll help you through it, of course. But there's no sense in you coming into this without open eyes.
I really view that it can only go up from here for me. So I'd like it to be with you four.
Oh, also I'm a real jackass around the full moon, because like everything hurts.
Also, apparently things you say as well.
What?
You told Allegory that I like Allegory.
It's a new moon, and I was panicking, and I'm just very distressed right now because I had some feelings during the wedding, and I am sorry.
It's not fair to Allegory, though.
What would be fair to Allegory?
For you to be honest. Or, sit with it for years and years and years and just hope.
Allegory, they're taking a long time to get candles, and it's not very far away. It's just like down the hill a little, and you're like, where are they?
Guys.
Coming! All I'm saying is it's not fair to you and it's not fair to Allegory. You don't have to do anything now, but if he makes you happy.
I don't know about hope.
If only our ritual had the component about speaking truths to each other. And I walk towards Allegory.
Yeah, you walk towards Allegory. Allegory, did you bring Gwillem with you?
Gwillem would be up on the hill, yeah.
Yeah, I think whilst they're having this conversation, Gwillem is like running around the field a bunch and comes back to you when he sees that you're all alone. He's like,
Where did they all go?
They went to get candles.
Oh, you need more candles? I mean, there's a lot of candles here. Candle, 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 candle. That's like 10 candles. How many more candles are they going to bring?
I don't know. They have a hard time seeing.
Oh,
Maybe it has to do with being close to the ground.
I can see really well right now, especially when I stick my head in the ground. Want to see?
Allegory like bends down and is like, yeah.
Gwillem like starts digging a hole with his claws and just like makes a hole and dives in. And then like comes out another side of the hill ground.
As he
I made a
does that,
hole.
Allegory shoves his head down into the hole too and says, I feel like this is the opposite of seeing.
Well, I can see. Look, there's a worm. You want to eat it? I want to eat it. Should I eat it? You want to share it? You can share it.
You can have it.
You just hear like a as he slurps up the worm, sucks it out of the ground with his long, spingy tongue, wraps it around.
You should fill in the hole or else somebody might trip.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just goes over there and starts putting the dirt back in the hole.
Do you want to
And-
roll down the hill?
Bellspree, you can see Gwillem like basically looks like they're covering up a hole as Allegory's watching.
Are you looking for new ingredients?
No. Gwillem was digging a hole because he can see in the hole.
Okay, that makes sense.
Watch this. He'll pick up Gwillem and be like, do you want to roll down the hill?
Yeah.
And he's just going to throw him like a bowling ball down the hill.
He gets into ball mode, and like now that his fur isn't fully furry, like it has like little bits of almost scales on the sides of its fur, like he can roll even faster. So he goes flying down the hill. So here and Violet and Persephone, you see Gwillem rolling down the hill.
I immediately push them both out of the way.
Persephone and Violet, you're kind of standing there alone while Gwillem's like rolling down the hill, and Zahir pushed you out of the way to walk up.
I'd probably feel a little dejected. And so I don't know if Persephone would notice, but just like a little bit of me has fallen.
Easy up there. Jeez. Almost
Should-
bowled us over.
Should we go up and stop that?
You cut out. What did you say? Yell it quieter.
Hurry up, you slowpokes!
Persephone's gonna start up the hill.
Would Persephone allow me to blink? Like, if I put my arm out in that, like, triangle thing, would Persephone or join, or would it just be like a
You just stand
rejection
there
thing?
like you're like, link up with me, and then Persephone walks away.
I think
I'm fine.
Persephone like pats you awkwardly on the shoulder. That like this is a bridge too far, so soon, and just kind of like, let's go.
Allegory high fives Bellspree as he notices the sparkle shoes.
It totally worked.
Yeah, you see a high five exchanged between Bellspree and Allegory as you walk up the hill, Violet. And you're all together now. Zahir quickly is over there with you, Allegory, and Bellspree. And then following behind is Violet and Persephone.
Oh, I meant to push them away so they wouldn't get hit by a falling Gwillem, not push them away so they could.
I thought you were pushing past us because you wanted to get to the action.
Yeah.
Oh no, I understood. I just yeah.
I think
It's
it
okay
come
if they
up
took it
last.
different ways. I like it. But yeah,
Yeah.
it does push them out of the way of Gwillem, for sure. That's easy.
I definitely come up last holding a gigantic furry ball.
I think you pushed past them. Or you meant like you went down the hill instead of up the hill?
Yeah, I went down the hill, picked up
okay.
Gwillem, and brought him back.
Gotcha. All right.
Okay, so we gonna get this started. You went very fast. We're gonna get this started.
Time like the present.
You took the words right out of my mouth. Holy cow.
It's like
All
we're
right.
best friends or something.
Yeah.
We did this thing where each and every one of us came up with a small part of the ritual. And obviously, I picked a new moon because see, if you look up, you see the small sliver that's white.
Mm-hmm.
That's the start of the new month and the start of new things. So, whatever you had, whatever baggage you're carrying, you can set it aside today, and it doesn't come back. Instead,
I
you get to
still-
start something new.
I still think he did it because it was the furthest from the full moon.
I heard that. And also I picked the time midnight because, well, I mean, it's spooky. It's cool. Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah. The ritual at midnight under a moon. That is pretty cool.
Okay. Do you want to explain the next part, Allegory?
He'll pull out a bag that's very bloody. The next part is where you take an item that's very meaningful to you and you put it in the cauldron.
Oh.
This is the head of my mother. I'm just kidding.
What is it though?
It's the bleeding aloe tree root.
Okay.
It's my namesake and also my favorite plant, and also has the most healing properties of all of the plants. And he'll turn it over, flip it over, and pour it out, and there's just a whole bunch of bloody sap, and then a root falls out.
You hear a spelunk into the water, and as it goes in, you can see the cauldron spark, the little green and yellow flame.
Okay. I'm glad that that's not a person.
Do you think?
No,
I
we
could-
outlawed the ritual sacrifice a couple of Coven members ago.
Oh, good. Good to know that I got the new revamped version.
And Persephone just has this like big shit-eating grin on her face when she says it.
Oh no, we cut out the ritual sacrifice for us. You still got to go kill someone.
Oh, well, okay. And you could see there's like a kind of like a shadow that passes over her face for a second, but it kind of snaps back. I would like to not do that.
They're kidding. Everything was a joke.
Okay, you all are pranksters, aren't you?
No, mine's just fitting because it looks like blood, and I thought it'd be funny.
Last time he showed up with a bunch of red berries in a bag.
It doesn't have to be scary related. And
Yeah.
Bellispree pulls out a silver candlestick that has snowflake engravings decorated around it in a spiral. And she says, "This is one of the main candlesticks from our Candle Night celebrations. And that's what I'm offering this time around." She drops it into the cauldron.
You hear another look as it goes into the cauldron, and a shadowy purple spark kind of flies out from the cauldron. And I think Shadow says,
I see now why they are your friends. They like pranking too.
Persephone steps up to the cauldron and looks over at Bellspree. Hey, B, remember when you got really into making all those friendship bracelets?
Oh yeah, sorry about that.
Well, I'm not, because I actually brought one of those with me for the cauldron tonight. It just seemed fitting. And she adds a friendship bracelet into the cauldron.
as the friendship bracelet hits the water, a little less plunk than the other ones, you see kind of a pink flame arise from the cauldron.
I pull out a small bottle of powder that looks like basically dried plants. This is vercanite. It's really poisonous to me. But also, in very small doses, it helps with the whole full moon thing, because it takes away some of the pain. Like you, all. Sometimes I can get a bit overwhelmed, I know that. And I can get a bit of a downer, I guess. More than usual, I guess. But you'll help a lot. So, and I uncork the bottle and pour the powder in.
You hear the trickling of the liquid, and once it's complete and the bottle is empty and the last drop hits the water, you see an orange flame, much brighter than you've seen before, with a tinge of blue at its center.
Did you put the bloody root in?
Yeah.
Okay. And I have my bag and I just start digging into it and I'm moving things around and probably pulling things out and throwing it on the ground.
She brought so many things. Look.
I like to be prepared, so I brought everything that but this is the most important thing to me. So you know I'm taking this serious.
I wonder which one she's going to choose.
I pull out a wooden spoon. And it looks like it's been finished, like it's been sealed somehow. So like the wood looks very nice, but it looks very used. It looks like someone's hands been on the handle. It's been in many batters, it's stirred many pots, and it's just worn in all the right places. Someone very important to me gave me this before I left, and it's how I learned how to cook. I learned how to cook with this spoon with a very special person who made me feel less alone. So I'm hoping by putting this in, you all know that I'm taking this seriously, and since being here, you all have made me feel less alone. And I slide it into the cauldron.
As it slides gently into the cauldron, you all see something you've never seen before. The yellow flame rises. The purple, shadowy flame intertwines with it. The orange comes up in the center, and the pink swirls around the rest of them. And this flame combines into one big flame that is in the shape of a rose, and each color has its own petal. And then it collapses, dissipates into the cauldron.
Can
You've
we all
never
agree that was
seen
really
it
cool?
do that before. Last time you did this ritual, nothing happened when you all finished. All that happened was you told your secrets.
Well, that's new, but I feel like it's a good sign.
Sure
It-
hope so.
It was really cool, even though it was fire.
It's never done that before?
No, it always did the little, little sparks. Nothing like a big show.
At the end, it used to turn like a crystal clear.
Oh,
That
maybe
was
you
about
mean
it.
that we're all supposed to be together.
That's what I was thinking too.
Okay, now comes Effie's part.
Yep. So the next part anyway, is we all have to share a truth about ourselves, something that not many people know, if anybody. I guess since it's my part, I should probably go first. I don't think I've ever told any of you, but when I was very little, I used to really wish that I was mundane. I mean, you've all seen my mother, and the expectations were so high for me that I used to wish I didn't have any magic at all, so that maybe some of the pressure would be off. Well, don't stand around staring at me. Somebody else go.
Okay, I'll go. It's no secret I have two moms of the Mayan family. But my adoption didn't really work out the way that's public knowledge. I wasn't really officially adopted at all, no paperwork or anything. As a baby, I was left at the Seeker's Tower, all wrapped up in a blanket, and the only thing I had with me was that gold bead. That I don't even have that anymore. My mom found me, my real mom, and took me in with the rest of the Mayan Coven.
About 5 years ago, my mom died, and I feel it was my fault. We were taking care of a pango bear, and I snuck out to hang out with the pango bear, and during which my mom found out I was missing and went to find me, and the pango bear got startled or something happened and injured my mom that ended in her demise.
I'm so sorry for all of you. I don't deserve to be here. I'm sorry. I can't do this.
Zahir, wait.
Be here as much as any of us.
If you try to run, I will chase you.
Size doesn't always matter.
But vines do.
You don't deserve to be here, then I don't. I don't think that logically makes sense.
I'm bringing down the school. If I
Figured
hadn't,
that.
I tried to bind with the weeping flame inside the tower, inside the tree. I don't know what happened, but I haven't seen it. I can't talk to it. And every single time I think about it, I know I've screwed up. I feel so scared and sad. I don't know. And on top of that, I can't even express like my feelings. My feelings for Allegory. My feelings for Violet. I can't do anything right. I ruined my cousin's wedding by crying.
Zahir. Hey.
Hmm.
It's okay. It's gonna be okay. I know it doesn't feel like it right now, but that's why we're all here. No, look at me. Have you ever known me to lie?
No.
Then I'm telling you right now, it's gonna be okay.
I'm just scared.
We got you.
I don't think I've ever been this sad before.
Well,
As
maybe
Zahir-
there's some... Oh, go
Sorry.
ahead.
As Zahir says that, I'm gonna reach out and place my palm on their chest and look around the coven so that we can all do this. And I'm gonna try and cast. I think it was originally Allegory's spell, Nature's Reveal. Calls forth one creature or plant to reveal itself for one scene. Because I think that the weeping heart is affecting you.
All right.
Do we want to have Violet join the Coven before we Coven cast?
That's true. I jumped the gun. This is just, I don't like seeing you so sad, Zahir.
I enjoyed the Coven the moment she showed up here. This is all just ceremony.
It's still our binding ritual. I want to do what we should certainly do that, but no, we're all here to help Zahir. That's what being a Coven means.
I guess I told all my secrets.
Did I tell mine?
Yeah.
Before I came here, I was at a different school. Pine Grove. It's a private school. My parents went there, and their grandparents went there, and parents, and, you know, it's a whole family thing. Everything was normal. Everything was fine. And then one day it wasn't. I had a friend. Their name was Lemony, which seems kind of like a funny name, but they were sour at times, but with the right amount of sugar. They were sweet. I adored Lemony. They were the only person that like really knew who I was and I could be myself around. And it was just the only person I look forward to seeing every day. There's another kid at the school, Michael. It's an average person who had a mean streak. You just know those people that just can't seem to be anything but mean to other people. Michael would pick someone different almost every day, but always somehow fixated on Lemony, and I just hated that. And one day I walked into the hall and Michael was being mean to Lemony and knocked their books to the floor, and I don't even know what he said. I don't know what he... Honestly, it didn't even really matter what he did. It was what I saw happen to my friend. They just deflated. They slumped. I saw every ounce that they had holding themselves up just leave. And something snapped. And I blinked, and when I opened my eyes, it was like a bonfire had destroyed this hallway. And not only did people get hurt, but Lemony got hurt too, and I'm pretty sure I ruined a lot of people's lives that day. And for some, maybe a budding is something exciting and unique, and for me, it just left a path of destruction and pain. And now I'm here because I had to leave everything behind. And I don't have any friends who still talk to me. I have no past life that I can revisit that is the same.
And as this final secret truth, one might say, is told, the cauldron swirls, and the water rises, boiling over. And instead of it being clear, you see a dark goop trickling out of the cauldron until the inside of it solidifies and it just stops. Dark brown color.
That's also new. Because now comes my part where we pull out our own pendants from inside the final potion, and I like reach in to touch the darkness.
You reach in, your hand touching this solid brown goop, and inside you can feel something in there.
I think we have to chisel it out. There's something in here.
Do you need help?
I could wash it away.
Okay.
I touch either side of the cauldron, and I'm going to...
As you touch it, you feel like you can't let go, and Bellspree, as your hand is inside of it, you feel like you can't let go, like you can't release your hand from it.
Oh dear.
Maybe we all have to touch it. Because I'm stuck.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, and I'm just gonna stick my hands in.
You stick your hands in the goop.
And Persephone does as well, but more to try and free up Bellspree, but...
You go to try to free Bellspree's hand, but now your hand is stuck in there as well.
I hope this works. Allegory reaches in last with his big hand.
Allegory, you stick your hand in there. And as all of you put your hand inside of this, the brown goop kind of recedes back into the cauldron. And down it goes until something is slowly being revealed and your hands are touching this object inside. And Bellspree, this looks kind of familiar to you, actually. It's golden. It's a golden acorn.
That's also new.
That's very new.
Is there anything else that is reminiscent of other people's stories? Or
No.
just this?
It's just a golden acorn inside of a cauldron. You're all touching it.
And we let go.
Is the next part, do we like feed this to a squirrel or something?
Well,
You
this
do
is what
feel-
I fed to my shadow.
You do feel like you can let go of it now.
I guess I could eat it.
Why is everyone thinking about eating it? Obviously, it's an acorn. We should be planting it.
Oh.
Oh, off of Bellspree's story, I figured that makes sense also for seeds of trees.
Does it have to do with the weeping heart? With the tree? The elder elm? Because we injured it. And I mean, all of us kind of had a hand in that, even. I don't know.
Are you saying this would grow a weeping heart or grow a new elder elm?
Yes.
Also, why would our coven binding create such a thing? That seems odd.
It does. But I mean, that's what I'm saying. With all of us being the ones that accidentally destroyed the original weeping heart, or not destroyed, but separated it from the elder elm.
What do you think, Persephone?
I don't know. I wasn't there when you all went to the tree, and so I mean, I guess I'm connected because I'm connected to all of you, but I just don't know. Maybe it's returning it to be. Maybe she needs this.
Gwillem did dig a hole earlier. Hardly seems like a coincidence now.
Maybe there's a secret here. And I take a small flask of water and I pour it into the bottom to make it a sort of reflecting pool at the bottom of the cauldron with a golden
Mhm.
acorn just sitting on top. If you want to cast a spell together, Violet, I think you'll be able to.
I'd like to.
Okay, so first off, dip your fingers in the water and wipe
do
them
that.
over your eyelids.
Okay. Follow
Okay.
suit.
Now look into the water and try to see beyond the acorn. And I would like to spell circle wash away concealment.
I am adding it to my list.
Just so I understand the intention of what you are trying to do. You are trying. What are you trying to see through exactly? Like, what is your goal? So I understand the intention.
I am trying to unearth the secret of this acorn.
Okay, unearth the secret of the acorn. Okay. Everyone add that to your spell book. Each of you will cast individually, but Zahir's cast will be the only one that matters in the grand scheme of it. But you will give him a plus. You can't hinder him. You can only add to it. That is how a spell circle works. Which I think this is very fitting. You just did your coven ritual. Now you get to cast together. And it will be a level 0 if you've never casted it before. Because unlike school, Zahir is not a teacher. Zahir is not going to give you any benefits to learning this spell. But you will get pluses, or you will get, if you succeed or fail, you can add those marks. What's up, Tyler?
I'm thinking about my pluses and minuses for
Oh,
my roll.
you want to start
hit.
off? Go for it.
Yeah. I think being just because Zahir is my best friend, that's 1. I don't think the other thing fits. I would argue because it's a plant that we're trying to look into, my likes of wilderness.
I
could
will
be a
allow it.
factor. God. Phones, shut up.
That's why I turned my phone off. Otherwise, it'd be beeping all night.
Yeah, yeah. So that's 2.
Mm-hmm.
If it is a seed to a plant, then it would make sense that my knowledge of plants because of my grandmother's garden would be very fitting.
I don't think this applies because you've never seen this plant, and definitely not in your grandmother's garden.
Gotcha. Then I can only think of 2.
I mean, I think the overgrowth would help.
I don't.
He's
Just
not like
means I-
using his vines to do
Yeah.
anything, right? You're using water to wash away, to unearth the secret of this plant.
My
Very-
favorite place is the Wishing Waters, and it's nearby.
I will agree to that because that is actually a creek that is in the wilds.
So that's 3.
Mhm.
That's all I've got.
All right. See if you aid.
I have so many spells.
Just rub it in. No.
Yeah.
Here we go. Ooh,
A
Success.
big roll.
Very nice. And that
rolled
is
a 6 and a
a
7.
16. Next up.
I'll go.
All right.
Curious.
Yes.
Nurturing, because we're trying to get this to, or because it's a seed and it's like we want to figure out. Well, no, that doesn't work. I'm thinking of 2 different things in my brain pan.
Yeah.
But curious for sure. Oddities.
Yeah, this is very strange.
Um,
The only other person who has seen, well, you guys have all seen a little mini version of this acorn that Bellsbury had.
yeah.
This one's huge. It's like in the cauldron.
Confident.
Yeah.
Confident I can do this. I admire Zahir, and he's the one showing us how to do this.
Yeah. You get 1 for that, not the +2, because the
Totally.
reason why you admire him doesn't apply here.
I think that's what I get.
All right.
That gives me a
+4.
+4. All right, let me get back down to the spell here. And +4.
Let's go.
Ooh,
Another
14.
success.
Another success. So
Nice.
far, giving Zahir a +2. Who wants to go next?
Go for it, Katie.
Okay. I have discerning eyes, so I'm discerning away the concealment.
I don't think that applies here necessarily. Well,
Okay.
actually, no, because you kind of use your eye. Like the ritual part of this is like you touch your eyes, right? When you do that.
That's true.
I will allow it. It's very strange, but
I'm insightful. Because of what this is, I have, here's my best friend. Does that give me?
yes, that does give
Okay. I love the library and the tree specifically. So since this might have something to do with the tree.
you get a +2 for Zahir specifically because it's like, and he took me on adventures, and you are definitely on an adventure right now. What was the next
Okay.
one? Sorry, I was reading.
My favorite place is the library and the tree specifically. So like, since this might be something to do with the tree.
I don't think it applies here.
Okay. I think that might be it for me.
All right. A
At 4?
+4. Yeah.
Okay. The critical success.
Oh my gosh.
A
How do you
critical
always roll so high?
success.
You roll
don't know, I
double
swear.
8s.
Usually my dice rolling is cursed in games, so I'm like lapping this.
I don't know. It's like the Grimrose is with you for some reason.
I know.
Wouldn't that have
20.
been? Did you get
What
the
about-
+1 for the Grimrose as well?
Oh, I didn't even do that.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
21, so
Great.
even bigger. That one for sure. You get a +1 to it. For you, think on who you'd want to give or change a stat about checking it out. And who do we have left? Bellspree?
Me, yeah. So I think searching applies because I'm trying to find out the true meaning here.
Yeah.
We're also under the night sky, which I love.
Yes.
That would be another plus. I'm not sure if there an element of danger that we're feeling here of me being daring. Would that be assisting here?
Yes.
Okay.
Hey, love that for us.
Yeah. Woo.
Danger.
That's 3 for me.
Mhm.
And I'm thinking that's it.
I'm
worried about Zahir.
I think that does apply. You're kind of doing this because, well, this doesn't apply to Zahir. I think the other spell that you wanted to do with revealing the flame
Yeah.
would apply, but I don't think this
Okay.
applies because this is more like, what is this thing? And if anything, it's less about him and more about you. At least in
Which
your
also-
mind, because you had an acorn
Yeah.
when you were a baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So 3.
Mm-hmm.
Doing it.
Doing it. Let's see how it goes.
Let's go.
17. Woo. All right, Zahir, you are set up for success here.
Am I though?
I mean, it depends on what characteristics you have now.
You have a +4 plus whatever you have. Actually,
Uh,
+5 crit gives twice, right?
A crit gives two plus 2, yeah.
Yes.
So I have a +5.
You have a plus
Let's
5,
start
which doesn't mean an auto success yet.
Let's start removing things, shall we?
Yeah.
Because I'm a downer.
Mm-hmm.
This isn't gonna work. I'm distressed as hell.
Mm-hmm.
I'm melancholic, and this is depressing.
Mm-hmm.
I like moping more than I like solving mysteries.
I don't think that's going to apply here.
All right. I have a total lack of control right now, and I hate lack of control.
Yes.
Great. Sorry, everyone. But this is why it had to be done. It's the spell circle. I'm caring, and I'm pulling everyone into the circle with me. I am susceptible. I'm a hopeless romantic, and I am holding hands with the 2 people I'm most interested in. And this is pretty romantic. Under the night sky, the woods.
I'll allow it.
Yeah.
I'm a hopeless romantic. I probably shouldn't allow it, but I want to.
I appreciate it at least. I think that is the most I got.
Tyler,
I
you were
think-
raising your hand?
Yeah, I think helping others applies, especially after what you're moping about and how if this has to do with the tree, it could potentially help everyone at the school.
I'll allow it.
Okay.
And this is definitely you're getting an extra one because
Order of the Flame.
Order of the Flame.
Okay.
And you will get one extra one, no reasons.
Wonderful. We love that. All right.
7.
7. This is a level 2 spell for me. So we're
Ooh.
already.
You're
off
at
to
a
good
partial
start.
success, I think. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can't necessarily fail.
Correct.
We have 2 crits, so you also get to change or add a new attribute to somebody. But go ahead and describe what this looks like, Zahir, and everyone add what your elements are. Probably Violet first after Zahir, and then if Violet and Zahir can say what changes in someone else.
The waters on your eyes begin to slightly shimmer under the lack of moonlight and feel cool against your eyelids. Everyone's eyes start to glow slightly, and the water at the bottom of the cauldron starts to solidify until it turns into ice, and then into a silver color, coating the bottom to make it a true reflective mirror. In the reflection, the acorn changes, revealing whatever the truth is.
I will say after you all add your elements to it.
Allegory.
If Violet can go first, because Violet crit.
Oh yeah, Violet. Yeah.
As the silver forms on the bottom of the cauldron, maybe it was inspired by the prank that was played earlier. But the sparkling that's kind of followed her shoes around for the night starts dancing around the edge of the mirror, and it starts swirling, and the moon glow that her shoes also light up, it's just like lighting up the sides of the cauldron.
Now you can say, Allegory, what your addition is.
Allegory, still having the sap from the bleeding aloe root on his hand, grabs the acorn and softly, it basically inspects it, looking at it as the seed that it is for a tree. His just plants kind of bloom and almost see like they're waving pollen at the just yellow sparks almost of pollen towards the acorn to try and discern it as well.
Persephone and Bellsprit.
I think for me, a light mist sort of covers the cauldron, but as we're continuing to cast the spell, the mist sort of like, what's the word? Like conforms itself back into droplets of water that sort of like wash away.
For my
Over me.
part, oh, go ahead.
Nope, that's it.
Oh, on the mirrored surface around the edge of it, runes start to etch their way into it that are runes that are about revealing truth. So it kind of just modifies and gives sort of this border almost to this mirrored surface of these runes of power.
Amazing. As you all look at this acorn in the reflection, you all can see a Grimrose, something you've never seen before. It is a rose with each petal a different color, similar to the flame that you saw when you did your Coven ritual. And it almost, each petal has its own element. One of them is like a light fire petal. The other, it's like water and fire. And the other one is a shadowy petal. And another that is one of nature. It's yellow in color. And the final, pink. And at the center, it has a little bloom that is encapsulated by these swirling elements almost. And then it all disappears, and all that's left in the cauldron is the golden acorn.
I think we should plant it and use the cauldron as its nurturing pot.
Yeah.
I agree.
Allegory is going to punch a hole into the bottom of the cauldron.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. You punch a hole into the cauldron. I won't make you roll for that.
Yeah, it's just making it so it can access the ground.
Yeah, I get it.
One of you want to do the honors? We'll need water and nourishment for the plant.
I got the water.
I'll go to the hole you're familiar with digging. Some fresh dirt over here.
All right, let's get started. I help Bellspree, I think, move the dirt into the cauldron, and I'll take what the rest of my flask of water and start pouring it over top.
Right.
Stephanie,
Go ahead.
Violet, do you want to actually put the acorn in? I'm assuming we removed it when Allegory punched a hole into the bottom of the cauldron.
He definitely did not punch the acorn.
I would see if Persephone would take the other side of the acorn and plant it with me.
Yeah.
I had a thought for with the crit giving an attribute to somebody, and I was thinking Persephone, if you're open to it, you have taken on a trait of tolerant.
Ooh,
I think that's fair.
interesting.
I
Is
mean,
he
even
here?
though it was just like a knock on my arm before, it was just like those like warming up to Violet a little bit, and even planting the acorn with her.
What about yours,
Yeah.
Zahir?
I will add if I have consent, I would like to add an attribute to Bellspray.
Ooh,
Under personality, warm.
Aw. Okay.
warm. All right. And as Persephone and Violet place the acorn into the pot, anything else you all want to do?
I want to look at Shadow. What's it doing?
It's just kind of like watching all of this go down.
Okay. Because this is, I like approach it. This is like a bigger version of what you got to eat. Are you thinking this is the right thing?
That was tasty. Should I eat it?
I wouldn't say eat this one. But maybe we could find you another one. Maybe the tree itself, if it grows, can have more acorns to be used.
It's much bigger.
Yes, I'm a little concerned. But everyone else thinks this is a great idea, so...
You will be okay. I will protect you.
And it nuzzles
Okay.
up to you, trying to reassure
Oh.
you.
Thanks, Shadow.
Well, if you want to cast that spell on me, I'll allow it.
Okay, I do think something is... This weeping heart, I don't know if it's as gone as you think it is.
Do you want to lead the casting, Bellspree, or would you want me to or anybody else to?
Well, it is your spell, so I should say we'd have a higher success if you lead it.
Okay.
Is
but
everyone okay
before
with
we
going a little
start-
longer? Okay.
I'm good.
All right. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Go ahead. I just didn't get confirmation out of it, so I wanted to make sure.
Yeah. But did we finish covering the acorn first? And did anything
I'm assuming
happen
you
with
all
it?
did. Did you?
Yeah.
Did you? Okay. The
Yeah.
acorn is covered. It's in the cauldron. It is planted
Okay. I guess
in the
we have to
middle
wait.
of the Seeker's Clearing.
grove. Yeah. And then I just turned to Allegory.
Oh, all right. If you want to get in the middle of here, everyone else, we should hold hands.
Should I be like this, or should I, do the other thing?
What?
My true form.
I don't know if it makes a difference.
Okay. And I kind of just cross my legs and sit in the middle of beside the cauldron.
All right, we'll start casting then.
All right.
What is the spell again? I'm sorry, this is a new one to me.
I'm going to drop it in chat. I was getting there.
Okay.
I got to scroll down. Sorry.
No, sorry.
Mini-
Because I don't think I actually have heard or seen this one cast because I don't think I was here for it.
Many spells. It's called Nature's Reveal, and it calls forth one creature or plant to reveal itself for one scene. And so we're beckoning the Weeping Heart.
And your goal is to reveal it.
Correct.
It calls forth. Yeah, reveal itself. Okay.
I guess who wants to go first?
Who's going to be the main caster here? Because one person has to be the main caster. Okay, I'll agree. So everyone else has to go before. So.
Oh, that's right. I was like waiting for you to start it.
I'm starting.
I feel like I cannot cast a spell considering I am the target.
Yeah, you're the target.
Mm.
So it makes sense that
So-
you're not.
I feel like mine are basically this very similar. My pluses and minuses are similar to the last one because
Mhm.
I'm still under the night sky and I'm searching for this creature to reveal itself, which are my 2 pluses.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Would this being being worried about Zahir add to that as well?
Yes, I think you get a +2 for that.
Okay.
Daring, and you're the one who suggested this.
It's true.
I think it's a pretty daring thing to do.
I'll allow.
Okay. And we're like kind of trying to take care of Zahir, which might go with my new warm trait.
I like it. 6.
Okay, I think that's it.
Ooh. 17.
17.
Also sus. All right, who's next?
I can go. I'm discerning. We're trying to figure out to call forth this creature or plant or this flame inside of Zahir.
Sure.
Okay. I'm insightful.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna say scrappy or cunning because I don't think those apply. Zahir's my best friend. So with that.
Yeah, that does work.
Okay. I admire Allegory, and this is Allegory's spell.
I'll allow that.
Okay.
Your Grimrose.
That's 5.
Would it qualify for liking animals?
No, why?
Just because the nature of the spell has to do with calling forth one creature, or
You don't know what it is.
yeah.
I feel like I could make it so that loving animals would apply.
If you changed forms.
Are you? Well, yeah. I mean, technically, humans are animals too. If you want to.
Yeah.
We're all mammals.
So I don't think that's gonna apply here. It's more of
Yeah,
like,
I don't think it changes.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Should I just do the 5?
go for it.
Let's see what happens.
Oh my gosh, Katie.
I don't know. Maybe
Critical.
you should take away. Maybe just give me some negatives.
18. All right, next
Well,
up.
okay.
Violet's too pretty to cast spells well.
-5.
Okay, I guess that
Really
leaves me
selling
next.
the Grimrose. All right.
My page just swapped. Why?
Sorry, that was
Oh,
me.
someone was touching
Oh.
your sheet.
That's
Stop
me.
doing it.
Sorry,
It wasn't
I'm not
me.
touching it.
All right, so I have curious. Pushy because I'm pushing this thing to reveal itself.
I'll allow it.
Confident. And I've done this spell before, so I think that helps. Like oddities, this is pretty odd.
Yeah.
I admire Zahir.
Yes.
I don't know if any of the others apply right now. So that would give me 5.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me get. Oh, there's so many spells now. All right, so.
I know you have to scroll.
Yeah, well, and my screen is also being dumb. All right, here we go. Oh, sad.
Ooh.
It's still
Partial.
success.
Sure, still success.
It is
yeah.
a success.
Yeah. It's not a crit though.
Not a crit though. The partial success still works. So you have a +4.
All right, I have a +4. I'm carrying, and this involves my best friend and how it's affecting him. Zahir is my best friend. I'm persuasive. I'm persuading it to come out.
To reveal itself? Yeah, I'll allow it.
Yeah. I'm near my favorite place in the creek.
Mhm.
So that's 4 from me so far.
And 5 because you're a yellow rose.
And 5 because I'm a
Nurturing
yellow
spirit.
rose.
Very much a
Which-
nurturing spirit spell.
Which brings us up to 9. What about? I can't believe I'm saying this. This requires not only careful coaxing of a spirit, but also like keeping Zahir calm enough to cast a spell on him. And Allegory is staring at me with those gentle eyes.
Can I just say, I was thinking of who I was going to give a trait to, and I literally have in my search bar, and I can prove that I didn't just tailgate off
That
of
will
this.
come in after the spell is complete.
Okay,
Okay.
fine.
Otherwise,
But
you
I
get
do-
bonuses in the middle of spell casting.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will say I have delicate eyes, and that this is the weeping heart. You
Yep.
need to be delicate when people are sad.
And I'm sad.
And I'm staring at him.
I'll allow it. It's a stretch. But,
Yes, I get to use my delicate eyes.
but you're gonna get a negative here because fire.
Yep. Hate fire.
Mm-hmm.
So it's still a 9.
It's still a 9. So still partial success. Actually, yeah, partial success by default. Really, you can't fail it.
It's all right. It's canon that Allegory never fails.
Oh, 17 success.
Nice.
And
My
Katie,
spell gets
what-
leveled up because it's my 3rd cast.
what attribute? Oh, you level up too. Nice.
Mhm.
I leveled up mine as well.
Nice.
Nice.
Nature's Reveal is now level 1.
Katie, what attribute changes or is added?
I was going to add an attribute if Tyler's okay with it, and I literally have. I was looking up synonyms for calm. I was like, but what about if you're just a calming force or like you have a calming nature?
Like tranquil?
Yeah.
Ooh, that makes sense. I feel like Allegory is kind of that way.
Yeah, just like the level-headed person who like makes sure no one freaks out in a situation like this, which is kind of what you did here anyway, but
It's also
Awesome.
very fitting for a few other scenes that have happened in the past couple episodes.
Yeah, it's very good.
I like
Now
that.
describe to us, Allegory, what this spell looks like as you cast it on Zahir, and everyone else can add their additions. Violet first because of the crit.
I feel like this particular spell, in the sense of it all, is about pulling forth whatever something's natural comfort is. So in this case, it's almost painting a picture of like a very soothing area. So like wind swirls kind of around everybody, and it creates this feeling of comfort and warmth and attention-seeking behavior. There's like little, it's almost like wind chimes, or kind of, you hear them jingling as it's a swirl of nature and wind is surrounding all of us in comfort.
What? I guess so. I guess now when Violet's portion comes up, it's all of our hands glow this warm yellow color, and then like wisps of light start making their way towards Zahir in a very slow, methodical way, and just kind of wrap Zahir up in like these warm glows and strands of light that kind of surround, but they don't like squeeze or anything like that. They just kind of float gently around in that like bright yellow color.
Bellspree.
I think my shadowy essence sort of like comes to you, it like wafts over you, Zahir. Almost like just a smoke, and it like centers into your chest, sort of to like help coax out whatever lies within.
And Persephone. What was your intention?
My intention?
Mm-hmm.
To help Zahir. Really. I mean, it's for me, it's less about whatever this thing is as much as making sure my friend is okay.
What does that look like?
It's actually less something seen and more felt. And it's a lot like the tranquil spell that we had before, and it syncs everybody's heartbeats up.
A very Keeper's Disciple thing to add. But because it's a partial success, it's supposed to be a calming heartbeat, but instead it's almost like a suspenseful heartbeat.
Oops.
As you all feel this heartbeat kind of racing, you look at Zahir and his, where you think his heart is. And you see within him this little flame reveal itself. But it's not necessarily in his heart. It's in the center of his mind. You see a tiny flame, and you just hear the sound of crying.
Well, it certainly hasn't left you.
We need to figure out how to separate the two things. This can't be good for you.
So sorry.
This isn't your fault.
I wonder where this creature comes from.
I might have some books I could look into.
I could look into maybe an unbinding is a thing.
Maybe.
Maybe it's time we be honest, fully honest with your mother, Persephone.
Allegory.
Yeah.
We can't take this thing and put it back into the tree.
It can't stay in your head.
I know, but if this weight on my soul is from this thing, nobody should be left with it. It hurts. And it's calling out for help. And I'm calling out for help. And I And I think the scars on my body, through my shirt, once again, start to slowly weep.
Yeah. Little tears trickle out of the scars.
Too much for anything or anyone.
Almost in sync with the sound of the flame in Sahir's mind. It's like you hear the and like the water falls out and then goes back in to the scars.
Whatever it is, I imagine it's very powerful if it's what was protecting the school. And that makes me more afraid of people that would come after you, Zahir.
If you tell the dean, that's what they're gonna do.
If it's calling out for help, and I look at Violet and Persephone, maybe we have to find the way to help it, get it what it needs, so that it doesn't need to weep.
I think that kind of makes sense. Like, we can be sad sometimes, but sometimes we're happy. Maybe there's just something it needs to resolve to be okay.
Remember the story the bookworm told us? About the woman? Cried, trying to protect the tree? Maybe what we need to do is save the tree without making it so that it depends upon her.
Do you think it weeps because the tree is dying and that's why maybe it's happier when it was with the tree, but the tree wasn't because it made the tree sad?
No, it was weeping then too. I saw it in the pool of water. I think it weeps because its spell overtook it and turned it into this. I think it wants its duty taken up by something or someone so it can rest.
Do you remember the ghost that came to our doors here?
I do.
Maybe that thing knows what to do.
Okay. I'll try and pull a member of the Order of Flame to me. Maybe a dead one.
I think with that, that'll be the end of episode 7. Perhaps we'll have some research, talking to the Order of the Flame, and perhaps even telling Persephone's mother the truth. But we'll have to find out if that happens next episode. But fair warning, next episode's going to be a Halloween-y, fun episode, perhaps. So we'll see what happens, as this is where we leave off. Thank you all for staying a little longer. I love where this ended, and I think it's very exciting to see what comes of it. But of course, we hope that you enjoyed this, and if you did, definitely come support us. You can head on over to all the various places, whether that is on Patreon, like our lovely supporter, Hero Sheep. Thank you, Hero Sheep, for supporting today's episode, where you can also get some cool rewards. We will have character sheets up for these lovely cast members coming up soon, as there's been a lot of changes to their sheets. And of course, you can become a Twitch sub, where you can get access to the VOD in advance and get cool emotes. And become a YouTube member over on YouTube, where you can get access to some of those emotes. And whether you're a YouTube member, Twitch subscriber, or a Patreon supporter, you can get access to our private Discord. And of course, we understand that not everyone can support us monetarily. So watching us live right here on Twitch is super helpful. We're live every Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday. So come tune in 10 a.m. Pacific, 10 a.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. GMT. And of course, you can watch us on YouTube, subscribe, like, comment, and follow us on Twitter and Facebook. Like, share, retweet, and comment. We appreciate all of those things. But I would like to give these wonderful folks a chance to say where you can find them, because not only are they amazing characters here on Grimrose Academy, they also do a lot of really cool stuff on their own. So we'll kick things off with our guest, Bellspree, aka Charlene. Where can people find you when you are not playing pranks on your friends?
Hi everyone. You can find me on all social media at Charlene Bear. I'm also on Tabletop Titties Twitch channel as the DM for our D&D show, and I play in the Vampire the Masquerade show there. Also, I have a special event which is coming up next week by the time this comes out. So on October 28th at 2 p.m. PDT, I am participating in Streaming for Survivors Halloween Haunt, which is going to be a level 20 D&D game fundraising for survivors of sexual violence. It's DM'd by B. Dave Walters. We've got Ginny D announced. A lot of great cast members on there. So come and check it out. It'll be on Idle Champions Twitch channel.
And we love Dave. He was on our channel before for Ascension, if you remember Gatton. And of course, we have Allegory, played by Apocalypse 12. Where can people find you at when you are not searching their hearts?
You can find me anywhere. You can find the name Tyler Scheid or Apocalypse_12 on social medias, Twitch, things like that. But primarily, you can find me on my podcast called Go My Favorite Sports Team. It's a sports podcast, but not for sports people. It's for those that don't like sports. Go and check it out.
And we have Persephone, played by Strange Like That. Where can people find you at when you are not finding friendship in other places?
Well, you can find me online as @StrangeLikeThat in all of the places, the Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, website, TikToks. You can also find me over with the 12-Sided Stories crew. I am almost done with our next season of Unquiet Blood, which is a Vampire 5e game that I GM.
All right. And we have Zahir, played by Werewolf Fields. Where can people find you at when you are not moping around?
Ow. No, it's fair. It's fair. My name is Noordine Alikadir, but you can also call me Werewolf, and you can find me anywhere under the name Werewolf Feels, that tagline. I write for games, I culturally and sensitivity consult for other games, and I play in several. Right now, the best place you can find me is over on the Atomless podcast, the Starfinder campaign, which has been super fun. And if you've been already on my Twitter, you probably noticed that there is a werewolf game that I'm in coming out, but that'll be in January. So stay tuned for more information about that. That's it for me for now.
Fun. And of course, last but not least, we have Violet, played by Play Katie Play. Where can people find you at when you are not critting all over the place and finding yourself a bunch of friends?
We made it Facebook official. I'm so excited.
You mean Hexagram official?
Oh, sorry. Excuse me. Hexagram
now you can
official.
actually use Coven chat. You have to be in a Coven in order to have access to Coven chat. So
Dang, I'm getting upgraded. Hopefully we can make Zahir less sad though. I'm Katie Peters Plays. You can catch me on Twitch at Katie Peters Plays. Twitter's Play Katie Play. I got some tabletop stuff coming up in the future, so keep your ass peeled for that. But also podcasts. I have two. I have Katie Hasn't Seen That, which is movies I watch and then I tell you what I think. It's the title of the podcast. I haven't seen them, and so then I'm telling you what I think. And Quantum Drive, which is an Orville themed podcast. And I think that's it for me, besides it's Halloween time, and I'm really excited for a Halloweeny episode next time.
I know. I'm excited for Halloweeny episode. And of course, I'm Margaret Crone. You can find me at Margaret Crone in all of the places. I do lots of things on the internet. So if you want to see them, follow me over there and I'll let you know when I'm live. I do a lot of tabletop stuff, especially coming up here shortly. And I make games and video games for a living. I made this game, which is in Spellcraft, and I'm working on the advanced version of it, as well as I'm working on Ashes of Creation, which you can find at Ashes of Creation in all the places. And we're off to record an after show. It might be really short because it's we've been going a little long today, but we appreciate you all hanging out with us, and we hope you enjoyed the story, and we'll see you next week.
Hexo, hexo.